All right, bets.
Let us
Actual
do it.
bets. Matt, start with you.
All right. So you've been watching all week. You know, probably my favorite bet that I've put in my account in a hot minute is this Chiefs 1.5.
And you said you think it might be your favorite bet all year.
Yes,
when you look
and it
back.
could end up being my favorite bet all year. There is so many things working against this Ravens team in this game. I mean, really, the only thing you could point at here that would lead that you could like make a case really for the Ravens would be that the fact that the Chiefs are on the road. I mean, like, so yes, it is a road game for the Chiefs. Outside of that, you are getting so many different ways with corners being out, defensive ends being out, tackle, going to be without your starting left tackle. And the way that you play defense plays into the strength of, oh, by the way, maybe the greatest quarterback we've ever seen play the position in the history of the game when it's all said and done. And so many different ways that I really like the Chiefs to win this game and win this game handily. Cardinals and Rams both, we've been talking about this all week long. And, again, I am on a bunch of favorites this week, and it is a prove it week for me. Prove it to me that you are not a terrible team. Prove it to me that what I saw last week from both sides of this thing is me just being overreacting here. And so with the Cardinals, I saw a very, very efficient offense, and I saw a defense for the first time in a while. And that's the thing here. That was the difference for me. It's not just that I was enamored by this Cardinals offense, which, by the way, I was. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I was.
Just to be noted.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Which, by the way, I was. Mm-hmm. But also, they actually have a defense. And then you also look at the Viking side of things. And what they did was just kind of sputter up and down the field. And they want to be a run-first team. And if that's the case, then good luck keeping up with this Cardinals team. So I like the Cardinals a lot. And, of course, you know how much I like the Rams preseason. And you know how much I hate the Colts preseason as well. And so give me the Rams as just a field goal favorite here against this Colts team that, again, is also dealing with a bunch of injuries on their end as well. And it could be real bad if all those questionables break against them as well. Love the Patriots this week. There's just, listen, if it's rookie versus rookie here, one guy has a talented team around him and the other team doesn't, and the other team has Bill Belichick on the sideline, give me the talented team with Bill Belichick on the sideline. And then, again, this Eagles bet just got in there today, and that was because of this 49ers injury report. I'm not in love with it, to be perfectly honest, but it's one of those things where sometimes the opportunities, I feel like, just present themselves, and you kind of have to jump on them. And so Eagles is 3-point dogs here against this really, really beat-up 49ers team. And I needed a teaser leg in order to pair up with the Bengals, so I also put that in with the Eagles. I think that Bengals game is going to be a low-scoring game. So if it's a low-scoring game, then you get the Bengals. If I get 8.5 points with them in a low-scoring game, I'll take that all day.
Very nice. I like all of them. Mm-hmm. After listening to this show for 3 hours, how could you not be solidified in your picks at this point? I too have the Chiefs, bought them down to -3, -134. I also have the Rams -4 at the Colts. Prove me wrong, Indianapolis Colts. The Dolphins, we mentioned this earlier. I really like the Dolphins +3.5. That line just does not make sense to me in the Dolphins-Bills game. I don't think the Bills should be 3 in the hook on the road. Again, the implication is that the Bills would be 9.5-point home favorites against the Dolphins. What are we talking about here? And I think the Dolphins are still stealth in the market. Again, what shows in the box score does not typically reflect what the result ends up being in Dolphins games. And there's a bit of that after a while, you can't just be smoke and mirrors all the time. There's got to be something that we're not accounting for. And I think the Dolphins are turning into, Patriots light, Patriots from the Belichick heyday. Cardinals, I actually bought this down too, Kelley. I don't know why I sent you the -3.5. I'll tell you what I have. I have -3, -134 as well on the Cardinals in that one. I bought it down to the 3. So I like and I think I asked you this earlier, Matt, this week. Like, is there a team that after just 1 week, again, we're all trying to prevent overreaction after 1 week of football, but is there a team that definitely changed that you think might have jogged something in your head that changes what your pre-flop conviction was on them before the season started? And for me, it's the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. I just think that they're going to be outstanding. I'm going to make a futures bet, I think, on them before the weekend as well, or before Sunday. So that's the other one. And my teaser was the Bengals and the Patriots. The Bengals were the natural Stanford Wong teaser leg, and then the Patriots just tease them down basically to have to win this game. So it was sort of the same thing, Matt, though. I had the Bengals, and I was looking for something else, and the Patriots is what I landed on. Kelley.
All right, yeah, we'll start with the Falcons here. That was the latest one I added today. Falcons catching 13 on the road at the Buccaneers. And really, this is just injury situation that Matt went through big time earlier on the Buccaneers side. Carlton Davis, questionable today. If he doesn't end up playing, they're going to be down both of their starting cornerbacks that were heading into the season. I just think that's going to could be a big advantage for what the Falcons have on the outside. So 13 points, this could be backdoor territory. That 13, I liked that number enough to play it. 49ers is one I played as an opener. Got to be honest, after the injuries have started to pile up for the 49ers this week, and I rewatched some of that Eagles-Falcons game from last week, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend a play on this, but I wanted to be transparent. This is what I have going into the week. So not necessarily sure I would recommend that. I know Matt's on the opposite side of it. So moving on from that, Bills heads up with Gill here. Completely respect everything that he's saying. I do think if you reverse this and this game was in Buffalo, 9.5 points would be an absurd amount. I do think, though, that when you kind of see point spreads like this, they don't translate directly like that when they're around 3. So I'm okay. It is going to be a tough game for the Bills going into Miami, laying 3. But this is, I'll use that phrase, prove it to me, and spin it another way, where this is Bills. You've been a quality AFC team the past 2 years. You have Super Bowl aspirations. These are the games you have to be able to win. If you're going to lay an egg in week 1, you have to be able to go down to Miami in week 2 and win a big divisional game against the Dolphins. So I'm laying 3 there at -120. And then I end up playing the same teaser. I'll jump to that real quick. The teaser, Bengals up to 8.5, and then Patriots as a pick 'em. I was really looking all week kind of to what to pair the Bengals with. Sounds like we kind of all were at different points. We all knew we wanted to play that leg. What were we going to add with it? And Patriots was a team I had in the back of my mind. I was going to tie into a money line parlay. Got to be honest, Gil, you sent me over your picks, and I'm like, listen, I think I'm struggling too much to figure out 2 other teams to pair with the Bengals and Patriots. Just put them together. I think it's a smarter way to play it. So that teaser, and that's the only teaser for me this week. And then, gentlemen, this is Chiefs this week. I can comfortably say this is the game I have the second most amount of money on in an NFL side going back the past 12 months at least.
Wow. What was number 1?
What was number 1? Last time that I bet on the Chiefs in the freaking Super Bowl, Gil. So
how did I know that was the answer?
Let's really hope the same thing doesn't happen this week around. So yeah, this Chiefs would be the number 1 and number 2 liability for me over the past season and something here, season and a week of the NFL. So yeah, that's my card for the weekend. See how we do, boys.
I feel like I'm ready to put in my picks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to wait because you never know. You never know.